the little town of Andover. Day 108. Just had breakfast there and gonna be heading out on the trail within the hour. Fine Ellis Hiker Lodge. It's just some house. All right, good morning. I'm getting near the top of this climb where it's not so steep I can't talk. So, a couple thoughts. The stop in Andover was worthwhile. The cafe was able to get dinner there, burger and fries. They were out of their tacos. But then I knew it'd be a good spot when they said there's the breakfast crew that comes in, meaning a group of old guys who are retired that meet there in the morning and get breakfast. It's like, oh yeah, it's got to be good. That's the regular spot. So talked to one of them for a while. You know, they're usually retired military or been in the military, and we talked about the trail and truck driving and stuff. The hostel, I've come a long way. I've lost all, lost all respect or dignity that I had sleeping in a hostel like that. Early on, there was one where I cut out from the video my short little rant that I would rather sleep in a rainstorm than stay in a hostel. It's partly true, but I stayed in that hostel and there was a rainstorm. I'm just trying to capture some energy. It's not necessarily the rest, it was the good food, and then you need a place to stay. I could have slept in the dugout with a couple other hikers that had hitched into town, but stayed in the hostel. And so it's taken 2,000 miles, but it's knocked my pride out of me. All right, today I'll go as far as I can. Who knows how far that'll be? The terrain will dictate. It will eventually ease up here in Maine. The southern part of Maine has a lot of ups and downs. So we'll see how that goes. Looking forward to today. There's a little rain in the morning here. The sun keeps breaking through in bits, and then it's supposed to be good for a while. So happy to hear that. And then I did pick up some resupply so I can make it to Wrangley, Maine, and the hiker hut is where my boxes will be. Looking forward to today. All right, let's see if I can have a little favorable terrain for a minute. So let's see if I can do this. Sorry, I'm climbing over a tree. So before I started, I wrote down 4 goals or objectives sort of that I wanted to get from this. And the first one was hike the AT 120 days or less. That's sort of a layered onion type goal. Hike the AT and then the time goal. The second goal was continuous through hike. And the third goal was to document my hike. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I wanted to do it. And the fourth one was to have fun. So on the first goal, I I've done the math. I've been doing the math the whole time. And I think I'll finish around 120 days. And to me, you know, if it's 123 or 118 days, it'll have met my intent. I'll be very happy to get that. The through hike, for me, that's just in a season, you do the hike. So unless something goes wrong while I'm going down a hill videoing, I will be able to do that. Document these videos are the documentation. You know, I thought, and I had no illusion that anyone really cares to watch these. That's fine. But what I've realized is all the days of the hike run together. And I just think back and I'm having, you know, it's hard to distinguish each of the different days, and watching the videos or seeing them as I prepare them and look back helps separate the days out and the memories. So I'm very happy that I've done this series of videos on the AT. For me, it's a journal, and it's been great. So if anyone else enjoys it, that's sort of a bonus. And then the fourth one, have fun. So at one point I thought maybe it shouldn't be fun, it should be have an adventure. So there's, you know, if you look at, people break fun down into the three types. The one is fun you're having in the moment. Two is fun. Type 2 fun is where it's not necessarily fun when you're doing it, but when you're finished, you look back and it was really fun. And then type 3 fun is where it was never really fun and you don't have a fun memory of it. So much of this journey has been type 1 fun. A lot of this journey is type 2. It's been long enough that I can look back at some of those tough times and think, I'm really happy I went through that. Wasn't so happy in the moment, but I think I'm gonna, you know, for me, I've met those goals. I know I'm not done yet. I'm not counting my chicks before they hatch, but just wanted to share that, and that's what I'm have been working towards on this journey, and pretty happy about the way it's gone. Back to some favorable, semi-favorable trail. So I'm able to move a bit. That's where I came from. Heading up this way. Okay, just a couple thoughts here. I'm coming to grips with the reduction in my pace. Ever since the whites, I feel like I hit a wall and my pace just went to a crawl. So on a scale of 1 to 10, trail, you know, counting the trail, elevation gain, roots, rocks, roughness, all that. The, you know, a bike path might be a 1. The PCT is probably a 5. And the AT overall is probably, you know, 7, maybe a 7.5, 8. But, you know, 7's a pretty good score. When I hit the whites, I feel like it went to a 9 and a 10. And possibly some of those are, you know, at 11. You have to check that out. It's a Spinal Tap reference. Spinal Tap, turn it to 11. Anyway, so the slowed pace I'm just coming to grips with it. It's gonna return because the trail is gonna flatten a little bit, and it has in some areas, but there's still a fair amount of climbing, and it's fairly steep up and fairly steep down. And there are sections that it returns to the old PCT, or sorry, the old AT is the 7. So I'm hoping to get some more miles in, but I put in a full day's work plus some, and I work super hard and get 19 or 20 miles, and before I'd work super hard and get a 27, 28, 30 mile day. I would have done more on some of those other sections. So I'm just hoping to get that again and coming to grips with being slowed down. The rain has stopped. Update on the weather. The rain has stopped. Just sort of drizzled for a little bit. Still a little wind. The sun has poked through now and then, but it's feeling like a pretty good day. So this is called Long Pond. I can't figure out why they don't call it a lake. All right. Oh baby, what a close to a day. I just felt good today. Started off sort of easy and just started moving fairly well, and got back to the time I had. Seems like I got some good miles in. So I'll show you camp when I get there, and see you in a minute. Gotta scramble up this thing, so this thing's gotta go away. There's this, I don't know the name of it, lake or a pond. And then there's these canoes here that I think you can take out. There's supposed to be a spring somewhere around here too. But I'm gonna camp back here. Camp in the lake. I thought I'd take the canoe out and get some water out here because the spring was all dried up. Anyway, I'm going to take this thing back and beach it and go to bed. Good morning. Day 109. It's a nice crisp morning up in Maine. Just warming up, walking through the woods. I'm gonna hit Wrangley here really quick. It's a good day hiking yesterday. It was really fun going out in that canoe, just paddling around a little bit. Anyway, I'm gonna hit Wrangley and get my resupply. Might try and get into town to one of the outfitters. See if I can get someone to get me a ride or hitch in or something. And then I'm gonna flip it around and get back out on the trail. So I'll get an update when that happens. Get out of here. And show you what's happening today. Well, I'm back on the trail after the resupply. was expecting 3 boxes. I got 1 of them. The shoes never showed up with the socks. I was so looking forward to trying the toe socks. With the amount of time I have, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna finish with these shoes and my socks are fine. But I did go into town. I'm on another pad now. I got the Big Agnes pad, so I'm going to try that, and I'm going without a net because I don't have a backup. So we'll see how that goes. I also got some food, a sandwich, and I got 1 in my pack. What else did I get? Yeah, that's it. And my trekking poles are, this little joint here is frozen. So they're fine for working. I just can't fold them down. So they're sending me a new pair at home, and then I'll just junk these because I can't fly with them, you know, without folding them up. Anyway, I'll show you where I'm at, and I'm gonna get moving. Going up a friction pitch slab. These are all over. This one's wet, so it's got pretty good grip. I'm just hoping I don't fall right now. I proved myself wrong. They are fairly steep, and it just keeps going up. It's pretty cool. I'm just picking my way through some rocks, but this is what remnants of the town. I got a breakfast panini that I ate, but then I got this breakfast burrito with egg and potato, and it was wrapped in paper, so I just put it in the back of the bag and saved it. So breaking it out this afternoon and eating it, and that's a real treat. Right on, it's that time of day. I got an hour to go. It's not an early stop, but I'm not going late tonight. It's probably going to be a little after 6. It'll be a fairly full day. Not too far because of the stop. I have to admit, I am super excited about, time out. Sorry, it's a little buggy. Super excited about trying out the new pad. The other pad was, that Walmart one. It worked, but it was minimal and bulky, and so I got high hopes. It just has to last another 11 days at most, I think is what I got. It'll be my 7th pad I've used, albeit some of them have been doubled up, but still 7 pads. That is a sign that I did not have my game together. There's one pad I could have used that would have worked from the beginning, the Thermarest. Z Lite, X Lite or something like that. It would have been bulletproof. I sleep well on it. Would have been awesome. But, you know, he's crying over spilt milk. I'm becoming a sleeping pad expert. All right. Today, good day hiking. Well fueled because of my midday stop. That went pretty smooth. The hostel was a little weird. Most of them are. But, you know, at least I got my main resupply box. It's a bummer about my other stuff, but I'll be fine. All right, let me show you where I'm at, and I'll show you a camp or anything cool. Better stop this, I'm at a cliff. So right down there is a waterfall and a creek. I'm gonna go get some water and clean up. But right here is the tent, and I'm gonna, usually don't show inside my habitat, but that huge green pad is Big Agnes something. I am super excited about it. I just hope it stays inflated. All right, I gotta go clean up. All right, good morning. Day 110. Good night's sleep. The pad stayed filled and it worked wonderful. So I have high hopes. Today, I think there's a bunch of those 4,000 foot peaks. I lost track. I think there are 5 or 6 of them. So I think there's one big climb to get to 3 down and then another couple big climbs. So I'm thinking of my options for today. There's a town, there's a town at 18 miles. So I might go in and stay at a campground there, or I might just push on. Just gonna have to see how I feel. And you know, just do enough but not bury myself. Make sure I can maintain something that's steady. All right, walking by this nice little creek, so I'll show you some shots of that and when I'm going up the hill. This commemorates when the trail was completed, you know, linked together. Just came down this. A little bit of rain. No longer a little bit of rain. It's a freaking dump. Oof. Well, near the end of my day, maybe another hour. It's been a tough one today. Feeling tired. There's a town coming up here, Stratton, going, I think, left, and another town going right. Trying to figure out where I'm going to go. I'm going to go into one of them. Try and there's a little frog down there I didn't want to step on. Just try and get a few things taken care of. And then I got a resupply box coming up in 3 days. My hope is to do 2 decent days. I'm recalibrating what a decent day might be, and then have a short day with some rest that I spoke of that I never took. There was no way I was going to stay at that hostel and rest. Just wasn't feeling the vibe. Anyway, could have done some other plans and done it, but I decided to move on. So I'm going to look at it from a different lens coming up here, and we'll see. But a pretty day, lots of climbing, slow going. It's pretty good right now that I'm near the end of my day. Anyway, just glad to be moving along, and I'll see if I can update. All right, I picked a spot. It's the Hostel of Maine. Getting a bunk there. I just hope it's a decent spot. Some of these are really, really bad. They say nice things about them, and even if it's a decent spot, it's questionable. I don't know. We'll see. I've just... it gave me some options with food that I didn't have in other ones. So I'm gonna wrap this series up also, and I'll start a new one. Sorry about that. And I'll start a new one tomorrow. I might show the hostel or something like that. We'll see. Anyway, just heading down to the road, and I'll be there shortly. So they're coming to get me and I lucked out. They were ordering out, so I got a burger and fries and a root beer coming. So I'm feeling pretty good. This is the hostel. It's pretty nice inside. It's like a log cabin.